Hello, friends, and thank you for giving me your attention today. If you're already following the show, please know that I appreciate your support and I'm glad you keep coming back. If you're new to the show, please be sure to like and follow on Spotify, YouTube, or whichever platform you may be listening on. Please consider visiting BigAlRocks.com and clicking on the email newsletter to join my mailing list. I promise I won't flood you with a bunch of junk. Finally, feel free to leave a Spotify or YouTube comment on this episode or send an email to podcast@BigAlRocks.com with your comments, suggestions, and show ideas. Once again, thanks for your time and attention. On with the show. Hello, friends. Welcome to another edition of Big Al's Rockin' Podcast. Today, or I should say this week, I have Chandler Mogel from the former Foreigner tribute band Double Vision. How are you?
Good, man. I'm doing good. Still still active on the tribute scene though. So we're still a
Oh,
tribute
okay.
band and also an original band now.
Well, it's a very good possibility that my old eyes misread the promotional
No
the
worries.
flyer.
No
Anyway,
worries.
you guys are working on the name of your tribute band is Double Vision, and I think I
Correct.
already said that, but that's beside the point. You guys are working on an album of original material. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, the album is done, completely finished, and comes out on July 11th, which is actually this Friday.
Now, by the time this episode comes out, it will have already been out for a few days.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, you got your first single released called No Fool for Love. Talk a little bit about that song.
Yes, sir. No Fool for Love, just a great rockin' tune. One of my favorite songs on the record for sure. Just a no frills fun rocker, that quintessential. Everybody needs it, right? We have a video for it. We filmed a video for it at big roller rink in Brooklyn. Really cool place. Just a fun, feel good song. It's nothing to read, hard into on that one. But I think that most melodic rock fans will dig it. It was co-written with a dear friend of mine, Alina Gibson she's from Sweden. She lives in LA now, and she's written stuff for lots of big artists. Mr. Big, more notably, recently had some couple songs on their last record. So she's actually co-written about half of the album with us, and such a talent. So glad we had her working with us.
Right on. What was your inspiration for doing an album of originals?
Well, it's a good question. I've had that basically in mind ever since the beginning of the tribute band. So Double Vision is a Foreigner tribute band. We play all over the U.S. For about 6 years now, 6 or more years. And at the very beginning, I thought to myself, I want this band to be, benchmark for tribute bands, and I want this band to be so good we can do our own music and really bring off our own music, and that's what eventually happened. A few years in the making, we want to get established. I didn't want to do that right away, obviously, and I had the opportunity from Mario and Frontiers, and it just came at the right time, and we just ran with it, and we made a great record. One of the most things I'm most proud of that I've ever done, recording wise, and it was produced by our dear friend Ethan Bill in New Jersey, and man, it wouldn't be what it is if he wasn't involved in it. I gotta give him a shout out. But yeah, we're psyched to get it out there. Maybe play a song or so at the shows. You'll be able to pick it up at the shows online. Obviously, you can pre-order it now. But yeah, you can edit that out. So we're beyond psyched about it. Super great opportunity, and just living it up. We want everybody to hear it.
Perfect. My next two questions come from my friend Steve in Newburgh, Indiana. His first question, what elements, if any, of Foreigner sound did you specifically draw inspiration from?
We tried to get a little bit of a Foreigner vibe from all the eras of Foreigner. How it's based, how Foreigners had a bunch of different eras in a different, always great songs, but different eras. The '70s era, '80s era, even the later, the '90s and 2000s stuff. We kind of consider that it's like a hat tip to Foreigner in a way. It's definitely our own direction as well. We've gone fully into that. We didn't go in there with any preconceived notions or try to be derivative or anything like that. Like, oh, let's take this riff from Double Vision and change a couple notes. No, we didn't do that. We just focused on making great songs like Foreigner does. And we figured, let's see how it fits in naturally because that's what we do. So that's how it came out. We didn't try to force Foreigner in it. We didn't think that was the right direction. So I think just naturally with my voice and the guys playing and everything and how it's worked out for the tribute band, we just kind of let it naturally be in there. And yeah, there's a lot of different. I'd say there's a lot of different influences and things, but and certain I guess Silence is Louder. You can hear there's a little bit of Cold as Ice vibe, little '70s vibe, and then other songs there's maybe like No Fool for Love. Maybe there's more. That's maybe more of a modern vibe, like Can't Slow Down kind of vibe or something. But then there's '80s stuff too. So something for everybody, hopefully. you know.
Well, that kind of answers the next question. Did writing like Foreigner come natural, or did you have to adapt your writing style to match the band?
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. It just kind of fell into place. We certainly didn't, like I said, we didn't have any pre ideas before we went in about how we were going to sound. Um, and yeah, we just went for it and fell into our own. So, and I'm happy we did it that way because I think it would have sounded forced if we did it the other way. Um, there's too many bands that just, I don't know. I mean, just seem like they're trying too hard to sound like another band or copy off another band.
Yeah,
So we just wanted to do our own thing, and hopefully this is the beginning of carving out our own niche in that world. So,
excellent.
yeah,
Next question comes from Little Willie, who is one of the co-owners of A to Z Radio with myself.
cool.
And his question, you've worked as entertaining Foreigner fans for so long. Will there be a new thread in the new music that will connect them? Which you have also kind of already answered, but I had to ask anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we want this to be. We want to, as far as tying this into the tribute stuff, we're not really. The tribute shows won't be a vehicle for the original music. Um, However, we will sell the album at shows and things like that. Maybe play a song here or there to showcase that. Play some clips, before and after the show. But still, the tribute shows are for Foreigner music. However, we did just book our own. It's not announced yet, but we did just book our own first original show in New Jersey. So in October, I will mention that. But yeah, no, it's going to be something that is separate. There's Double Vision the band, which is the tribute entity, doublevisiontheband.com, and then there's doublevisiontheartist.com, which is the original entity. So those two separate websites, two separate ventures, same band, same guys, but two separate intentions, so to speak. So we'll see how they come together, in the near future.
Yes, you mentioned that you got that original show booked, which kind of leads into one of my later questions.
I'm
Are
just
you going to
clairvoyant
try?
today.
Right. Well, yeah, you've done interviews before. Um, Along with that original show that you've got booked, are you going to try to do any touring on that, jump on any festivals, anything like that?
Um, we hope to. We hope to for sure. We hope we don't have too many scheduling conflicts, with as far as the tribute shows and everything, because we are pretty well booked like through the end of the year into next year. So we have to space that out and make it where we can. We hope hopefully we'll get some offers to go to Europe and maybe do a couple festivals and things like that. Not so focused on the live stuff just yet, but we're going to definitely be focused on promoting the album right now and getting the word out there about it. So yeah, that's basically how we're going to roll out for now. And then, yeah, hopefully we have some good opportunities and we'll be taking them as they come, you know?
All right. My next two questions come from my friend Chuck, who is the guy that helped me tear down the wheelchair rant that you and I
Oh,
spoke to before we started recording.
well done, Chuck.
Um, yeah, he's from the Cookeville, Tennessee rock band Eight Ball, and his first question, what's the hardest thing to deal with as a tribute band? Do the bands have to, well, this is a multi-part question. Do the tribute bands have to license or pay the original bands and artists a fee to use the music and images and name?
And
That's
what
a
was the
lot.
first part again?
The first part, what's the hardest thing to deal with as a tribute band?
Okay, let me deal with that, answer that first, I guess. As a tribute band, I guess the fact for us, just specifically for us to deal with, because some other bands don't have to deal with this, is the fact that Foreigner's still out there. Foreigner's still touring. We actually thought they were going to not be out there anymore because it seemed like they almost retired, but now they're going to be back out there in full force. So yeah, that's something that weighs on us a little bit. I mean, obviously it's their music, they're the band, so there's nothing we can do about that. But the best we can do is just keep trucking. You know, our tickets are significantly less for what we try to make as a similar experience. Obviously, they have a lot more money and budget, production, things like that. But I mean, Foreigner's great. Foreigner's amazing, amazing band. I wish them the best as they go forward. I know they're doing a lot of. They have the new frontman who was the guitar player for the band, and now they're going to have Lou Graham join them on some shows. That's great. It's great. I mean, a lot of tribute bands like, uh, you know, I don't know, Zeppelin bands, Queen bands, Fleetwood Mac bands, they get to tour freely because those bands aren't out there anymore, you know? The downside for them is there's so many tributes for those artists, you know? We're one of the very few Foreigner tributes that's playing the bigger circuit anyway. And we just try to keep doing the best we can. You know, we've been successful so far, and this is the original record is the next step. You know, we're really, really happy about that. Um, I hope that answers the first part of your question there,
It
Chuck.
does.
Um, and the second part, which was about the
Hey,
rights, the royalties.
correct.
Yeah, we
License fees for images and the name.
no, we're fine on that as long as we don't use their name at all. We can't use their name. We're allowed to use their name like in the subtitle, like it's called Double Vision, the Foreigner Experience. We can do that. But if we had any semblance of their name in the title, then we invite issues there. We don't have to pay royalties. That's up to the venues. You're supposed to pay performance royalties. Um, I believe that most of them do, you know, like on a yearly or semi-yearly basis. So yeah, you know, we just try to keep our head down in that respect and not invite any stuff. But no, it's yeah. Obviously, we don't use any direct images. We use similar stuff, but um, you know, it's all being done within the realms of what we can do, so to speak. So we haven't had an issue yet. Knock on
Understood.
wood.
The next question also comes from Chuck, and this one kind of might be a little bit of a tongue in cheek because he and I are both huge Kiss fans, and we've seen people ask non-original members to sign stuff that should be signed by original members. So this question, is it hard for fans to separate the real band from a tribute, and has anyone asked you to autograph a Foreigner album?
Oh, that's fun. That's interesting. No, I don't think anybody's ever asked us to autograph a foreigner, actual foreigner piece of material. No. Uh, maybe I can't quite remember. I don't think so. I don't think so. That would be a little weird. Yeah, I might not do it.
Uh,
But
some fans just don't know where the line is, I think.
yeah, no, I mean, sure. It's what was the first part again?
Is it hard for the fans to separate the real band from a tribute band?
I mean, I think everybody knows it's a tribute band. You know, I mean, we've had a few people like comment or email or whatever, and like thinking like, oh, we saw you in so and so place Nebraska, someplace where we never been, and it was like no, and you gave my wife a shout out or something. I don't know. It's something like it's like no. That's they're talking about Foreigner. Foreigner's a touring machine. Let me tell you, they play everywhere, everywhere.
Yeah.
So um,
I've spoken to Jeff Pilson a few times, and yeah, those guys just can't stop.
I mean that's a good thing.
Hey man, I wish I had the stamina to just be on the road like that all the time.
Well, I think that's why Kelly is stopping for the most part because like he's been. I mean, that guy. I mean, he can sing, and
It is hard to be that good of a singer and be on the road
night after night, it's very
200,
hard.
300 nights a year.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, man,
I
insane.
mean, I'm just a bass player and that would wear me out.
Yeah, yeah. You play bass, cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, yeah, man. It's a life for sure. You gotta really. We do sometimes 4 or 5 shows in a row. In August we're doing what, four? I think we're doing 5 shows in a row in August, and it's it's a lot because we're doing a larger night. We're usually singing more than he is each night. Like when Foreigner plays, when I saw him anyway, they did like 10 songs, and then they had solos and stuff like that, long solos. So, because we have to, as a tribute band, we got to do like 15, 16 tunes, we can't do like long solos. We have to just do the songs, the catalog of songs. So, it's a lot of singing. It is. And it's challenging, and it's a wide range. Covers a wide range, some really low, really high. You got to really be in shape. We haven't had we're going back out this weekend, and I gotta start getting my voice in shape. Actually, back in shape for this stuff because the catalog it'll bite you in the butt if you don't really have your stuff together. So, um, some of the hardest stuff to sing in rock for sure. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Speaking of, you said you had to do 15, 16 songs or whatever. Do you pretty much stick to the hits or do you try to throw a couple of deep cuts in there?
Um, Yeah, no, we definitely play all the hits. Foreigner's got a lot of hits, as many or more than Journey even. We do a couple deep cuts. We do Star Rider. We do At War with the World. Those songs are very, from the first album, very unique tunes that they never really quite did that kind of thing again. So I think those stand out. Other than that, not too many other ones. We've done a handful of other ones over the years, but nothing that's really consistent because there's so many hits. You got to do all the hits.
Right.
Head Knocker we do once in a while. Heart Turns to Stone, but these aren't songs we play every night. But you are going to hear Hot Blooded, Feels Like the First Time, Cold as Ice, Urgent, Jukebox Hero, Dirty White Boy, all the big songs always. So that's what we do. But with the new record, maybe you'll hear something from the new record, and that could be. You might think that's a deep cut. But we
Well, I'm
hope
glad you
you
threw Star
use that.
Rider in there.
It's great. Gives me a break too because obviously Mick Jones sang the bulk of that one, so my guitar player Paul sings sings the Mick Jones part, and I do the Lou Graham part. So that's fun. It's a nice dynamic.
Yeah, when Forerunner reformed in 2005, I've caught them several times since then, and I think I've seen Mick do that one two or three times.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
That's very cool. Yeah, I know they did it a couple times earlier. I don't know if when I saw them they didn't do it, but
right. Well, that's one of those songs that I never knew until I saw him do it live, and then I had to go
oh,
back and check it out.
it's great.
Yeah. All
Great
right.
stuff.
Well, you mentioned your online presences once. Will you mention it again before we get off of here?
Sure, of course. Yeah. For the tribute band, you can check us out at doublevisiontheband.com, all one word. And for the original stuff, to check out our new music, order the album, original music, it's doublevisiontheartist.com, all one word. So check those out. You can see obviously our schedule where we're playing on Double Vision the Band with the tribute band, and then you can order the new record on doublevisiontheartist.com. See updates on that. So
All right,
yeah,
Chandler. Well, I appreciate your time.
cool.
Have a good day.
Thanks, Alan.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Okay, peace.
Thanks for listening to Big Al's Rockin' Podcast. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe on your preferred podcast outlet. Visit BigAlRocks.com to find past episodes, on-demand links to my radio show, links to my social media, and other Big Al shenanigans. Most importantly, please like and share this episode. Peace out.